Hello and welcome back to the Runaway American UK edition. It is your girl Kelly, and I am reacting to British Schools Explained. This was a requested video on my Buy Me a Coffee, which I am going to try and always do a special request video on there. I have another one from somewhere else, which is the Peter Pan Goes Wrong video, which I am going to 100% do. Just haven't had the time because of Christmas and so forth and so on. I'll probably not get to it until next week because not this coming week, but the week after, sorry, because my son is out of school for break and it's very hard to film. So I can only do really small videos at this point, like 15-20 minute videos until he goes back to school and I have more time. So let us get into this video. I'm excited because my son goes to a British school, so it will be interesting to hear more about the British school system.
Hi, I'm Siobhan Thompson, and this is Anglophenia. Now, many of the most beloved stories from the UK are set in schools, all the way from Tom Brown's School Days to Harry Potter and the History Boys.
Love Harry Potter.
The British school system is remarkably different from that in the US, so much so that it's often the first thing that Americans ask me to explain to them. So, here is the Cliff's Notes version of how the British school system works, but study up because there's going to be an exam at the end of the video.
Oh, crap.
Public schools and state schools. What Americans call private schools are called public schools in the UK, and what you call public schools, we call state schools.
Okay.
There are also some private schools that don't call themselves public schools, they call themselves private or independent schools, but most of the ones that Americans are thinking about, where people live in a mansion and wear a very silly uniform, are called public schools. Got it? Most state schools these days are comprehensives, meaning that they accept students of every academic ability. But there was a system that's still in place in some areas of secondary modern and grammar schools. There, kids take a test at 11 to see what type of school they'll go to, the grammar schools being more academic and the secondary moderns more vocational.
That's kind of smart.
Schools. There's no separation of church and state in the UK, so many schools, both state and public, are church schools. Oddly, this doesn't translate into later church attendance, which is much lower in the UK than in the US. Sort of like how most people don't use algebra after the age of 18, I guess.
I like that. That's really funny, where it's like, it just doesn't translate. Yeah, I think the US, we have just a crazy, religious, fanatic thing going on. So kind of stays with you. My parents raised me Catholic, and if anyone knows anything about the U.S. Catholic, it's not Catholics that are still going to church, it's Christians, and it's mostly Baptists.
Uniforms. Pretty much all schools have some kind of uniform, ranging from a school jumper all the way up to the white tie and tails that they wear at Eton. The idea behind it is to create a sense of identity and school pride. See? Still fits.
Barely. Yeah, my son also wears a uniform, but he goes to a private British school here, in Bangkok. So if anyone knows it, he goes to, probably shouldn't give this away on the internet. I don't think anyone's in Thailand, and you're probably not going to be going to my son's school. Plus, it's extremely strict security, but he goes to King's College, which is, I know that they have a sister school, or, obviously, I think it's Wimbledon, is where the school is related to it, so.
Prefects. In British schools, older students can be chosen to be prefects. Being a prefect sounds super cool, but in reality it mostly entails policing the lunch line and stopping the younger kids from hitting each other. You do get a cool badge though, so that's something.
We had the same, we didn't have prefects. We had something called safety patrols. Where we got orange. It was really fun. I was on it because I was a total nerd in elementary school, and this is I don't remember in middle school or high school. I never would have joined even if we had them, because I definitely was thought I was too cool for school. Still did well in school, wasn't skipping or anything, but definitely wouldn't have joined that. But I was part of safety patrol in 4th and 5th grade, and it was we got a badge and we got a orange thing. We helped with the car line, making sure the kids, the younger kids, got off safe. We were hallway monitors. We helped teachers run errands and stuff. You got to leave class and do special things, which was really fun. I loved it. So
the younger kids from hitting each other. You do get a cool badge though, so that's something. Most
Nice.
schools also have a head boy and a head girl who attend school council meetings and give a speech at prize giving at the end of the year. Oh, prize giving is the closest thing that we have to a graduation ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Exams.
Interesting.
National exams are a huge part of the British school experience. It's all very simple. You take GCSEs at 16 and then A-levels at 18, which are kind of like AP exams, but different. Also,
Okay.
in Scotland, they study for Highers instead of A-levels, and GCSEs used to be called O-levels. Also, AS levels happen in the middle of A-levels. Look, it's just... This is the most complicated bit, I promise.
Like what?
Revision. This is just what we call studying for exams. It's not a biggie, just a lot of people seemed confused about it. Juniors and seniors. Instead of the American system of elementary school, middle school and so on, most British schools are divided into juniors and seniors. Junior school, also called primary school, is for 4 to 11-year-olds,
Okay.
and senior school is for 11 to 18-year-olds. At some public
Okay.
schools, they divide it up a little differently. They have pre-prep from 4 to 7, prep from 7 to 13, and then senior from 13 to 18.
I think that's what he is. My kid, like my son's school calls it that, pre-prep, prep, and senior is like what they refer to it
Sixth
as.
form. The last 2 years of school is called the sixth form, divided into the lower sixth and upper sixth. The name is a hangover from a previous, more complicated system of naming classes which has stuck around for some reason. In many schools, sixth formers are given a lot more freedom than the other students, often being allowed to wear their own clothes instead of school uniform. Cool. University. You apply to do a single subject at British universities and only study that one thing. No maths or language requirements or any of that other stuff that you have to do at American colleges.
Well, that's fun. But someone was like saying to me in the comments, and I actually do agree with them, that the reason we have to have like that extra year of studying basically useless crap is because we were not prepared for college, which I don't disagree with. I think that the amount of kids, like, and I taught in like schools all around the United States, the amount of kids who want to go to college that are not anywhere prepared for college. And we have colleges that have like 86-90% acceptance rates. So if it's taking you, if you're going to a school that has a 90% acceptance rate, you probably shouldn't be going to college, because that means you failed pretty miserably in high school. And I don't know what you're studying in college that is going to be of any use later on. It's usually like a liberal arts degree, obviously. But yeah, it's one of those things where the U.S. education system fails kids miserably. Then they have to pay an extra year to just catch up slightly.
Bachelor's degrees generally take 3 years, and you know what, let's just cover this in another video. It's very complicated. So there we go. Are there any things about British schools that you have questions about? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also, if you have any other questions about British culture, you can tweet us at Anglophenia, and maybe your topic will be covered in another video.
I like her. She's really good. She explains it like well, and like not extremely too much information, but just enough. Like, I'd like to learn even more, actually. Just because obviously my son is going to a British school now, so it would be interesting to learn more about like British education systems. I think, like, as far as our school systems go, they're like similar in the fact of like we do have like primary and everything. I think that you guys are set up differently, and I definitely know that you're taught better. Like, you're taught a lot better information. And I think that they prepare you for university a lot more than they do in the United States. I think that the U.S. high school, which is our like senior, is extremely ill. They extremely ill prepare you for like university and life, basically. They're just kind of like, we take a bunch of useless classes that have to do with nothing. Most people like APs, like A levels are obviously not required, because like unless you're taking an AP, that is required. Like then you have to take an AP level exam. Otherwise, like, you're not forced to take like any, you have final exams for classes, but that's just for your grades. And then you have like SATs, obviously, which is our thing to get into schools. But I'm learning from now, like, some of my like cousins and nieces and nephews are going to far removed nieces and nephews, not my actual nieces and nephews, but my cousins and stuff are getting into college now. And I'm learning, like, when I look up their colleges and stuff, they don't even ask for SATs. It's like a recommendation, but not a requirement, which I'm like, oh my God, we're failing so miserably that we can't even like require that anymore because no one can pass them apparently. I don't know. I don't know if the UK is having this issue as well, but I would love to hear from you guys. Like, do you think that the UK education system is like doing a good job? Do you think it's like keeping up with the times? Is it continuing to like, you know, develop with the times and get better, or is it falling behind? Because I think that the US system has always not been great, but it's getting so far removed and so horrible that it's actually scary. Like, I don't know, like we used to be like probably in the top 10 for education. I think now we're like in the 30s. I know that our they like US News and Education still ranks us like number 1 for like college and universities. I don't know about that. I'm not going to comment on it. Like, I know Harvard, I know MIT are good schools. I know people from around the world choose to go to them. I think that they will sink horribly now, like in rankings, since we've like had more like federal like our executive branch has been more involved in them, and I think that that will make it not good. But we shall see what happens. I'd love to hear from you guys though about the UK, of like if you think it has gotten better or worse, what you think they should be doing now to evolve with the times into the new generation, because I do think that the new generation is so different. Like, they can't really continue. My son's school has amazing programs that like help him adapt to the new world, which is like, you know, more like 3D printing, design and technology, coding. Like, all of these are part of his curriculum, which in a world where computers rule the world, it's kind of needed. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for my Buy Me a Coffee member who requested this video. I really appreciate it. And if you want to buy me a coffee, the link is down in the description, and you can request a video that you want me to watch. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please give this a like and subscribe. Bye-bye. Thank you.